Hello and welcome to our next lesson and learning. I would like to dedicate today's class in honor of my grandmother, whose yahrzeit is today, Chai Sheina Chana Bas Yitzchak, and also for a speedy and full refuah shalema and recovery for Ari Daniel ben Malka Gittel. We should just hear wonderful good things. So today is going to be a little bit different than our usual class. Today, instead of talking about Chesed fully, we're going to talk about the upcoming holiday. Tomorrow is TuBishvat. Now, TuBishvat is an interesting holiday in Judaism because it's not as widely known and widely celebrated, and it's not a major holiday. People have custom to eat fruit on this day, but it's not a main holiday that we know so much about. I remember when my older son came home when he was in school, when he was 2 years old, and he started singing happy birthday to the trees. And I remember thinking that's so cute, but I was curious, what is to this day? What does it mean? It's the birthday of the trees? What is that talking about? So let's discuss. So, TuBishvat is the day in the year where the trees are judged. It's the new year for the trees. Similarly, like how we have Rosh Hashanah, this is the day that the trees are their new year. What it means in practicality is that it has to do with the Jewish laws of the tithings and giving Meiser. You're not supposed to take fruit from a new tree for the first 3 years. Different laws, and we base it on the years and the times and the cycle based on TuBishvat. TuBishvat helps decide, practically speaking, when these laws begin of a new tree and for 3 years. So all the laws pertaining to trees are based off of TuBishvat, the new year of the trees. What does it mean? What are we celebrating? What does it mean on a deeper level? So, because we normally do discuss chesed, the first thing I want to talk about when we talk about the trees and the fruit is that Rav Avigdor Miller used to say the whole point of the fruit and the trees is to see Hashem's chesed, Hashem's kindness. See, we don't need an orange. If you never would eat fruit again, you would never eat an orange or an apple or a date or one of these fruits in your diet, you can be sustained. You can live in this world. You can be okay without that. But Hashem created the fruit in His kindness. He didn't just create fruit. He made fruit so beautiful, colorful, vibrant, and it tastes so delicious and sweet to the point that you can eat something like a strawberry and that can really feel like a dessert. Hashem gave us this gift of fruit, and Rav Avigdor Miller used to sit and he would analyze his fruit before he would eat it, and he would look at the color, and he would look at the shape, and he would think about the texture and the taste, and then before he would eat it, he would make a blessing, a bracha, and he would say that blessing with so much joy because he would realize what a gift fruit was, what God has given us, the natural food in this world. And really that's the secret to life as a whole. When you can appreciate what is in our lives and what we do have, that can bring so much happiness and joy. When you can look at a fruit and see, you know what? It's such a gift. I didn't even have to have a fruit in this world. And I do. That can bring a lot of happiness and a very deep joy. But going a bit deeper, I always found it odd and interesting that we have the new year for the trees now, in the dead of winter, right? Middle of January right now. It's the new year for the trees because when I look at a tree right now, I see something that is dead. Nothing is sprouting from it. There's nothing going on. But the new year of the trees actually now, because the sap of the tree is about to spring forward inside of it, and although it looks dead to us, really underneath the surface, a lot is going on that's going to contribute to this beautiful renewal and growth that we're about to see in the spring. So there's such a lesson in life. You could be davening for something. You could be in a situation where everything looks dead. Everything looks hopeless. What's even happening? You look at it on the surface. Nothing good is happening. But underneath, you have no idea what is about to take place. You could be praying for something. and it seems like it is not an answered prayer. Everything looks dead. You have no idea. There could be things going on behind the scenes that you don't even see right now that are going to be eventually causing something to spring forward because of what's going on right now. So sometimes in life things can seem dead, and it's really just actually the opposite. The trees look dead, but the sap is actually starting to rise within them now. They are not dead at all. They are about to have a tremendous rebirth. And it even says, in the times of Mashiach, we say there's going to be Mechayeh Hamisim. The dead are going to come back to life. And a person can ask and say, how is that possible? How can something dead come back to life? Look at the tree, look at a seed. You take a seed, you put it into the ground and you plant it. It decomposes, it falls apart. If I was an alien looking at this seed and I didn't know anything about how this world works, I would say, you put that seed in and the seed just crumpled and died. But really, it didn't die. It's the exact opposite. That seed that you put into the ground that looks like it totally fell apart is actually going to bring something out from it. And there's going to be a rebirth and a renewal of a tree. That makes sense to us because we see that in our lives. We don't see dead people coming back to life right now. But you can look at that and get inspiration of what it means, Mechayeh Hamisim, that the dead will come back to life. It looks like someone who dies, we bury them. It looks like they're gone, and yet they will come back in the times of Mashiach, and we see that from the tree. It also teaches us something else. We see that everything in life has a season. Yes, right now we're in the winter season where things look dead, but there will be a spring, and then there will be a summer, and then there will be a fall. And really everything in life, you look at the moon, right? The moon waxes and wanes. There's times in the month where the moon is alive and vibrant and big, and there's times that it is so sliver and small, it's hard to find it in the sky. That's how life is. There's cycles in life. We go through different things in life. We have high points in life where we're shining like the moon. We have low points in life where things are just bleak and dark and so sliver and minute you can barely feel it or see any light. But things have their season. Things have a cycle, and things do change. And we have our own seasons as well. Something might be hard right now. You might be in the dead of winter, but don't give up hope, because your season will come. Things will change. You might be in a dark place, but look at the trees. They have their winter, but then their season changes and they have their spring and their summer and eventually their fall. You might be going through a winter in your life right now. COVID has hit a lot of us very hard. You might be going through financial difficulties, health difficulties, marriage difficulties, children difficulties, so many things in this world. But just remember, everything has its season. Gam ze ya'avur. This too shall pass. And so I hope when we celebrate TuBishvat tomorrow and we make our beautiful brachos on all our fruits, which is the custom to eat fruit, to celebrate the trees and what they really are teaching us underneath it all, I hope we can really tap into what it means to feel the joy and chesed of Hashem, that He loves us very much, to realize that even when things in my life seem like they're dead and falling apart and my prayers are going nowhere, you have no idea what's going on underneath this surface. And to remember, if you're going through something hard, everything has its season. We live in a world of cycles, we live in a world of seasons, and this too shall pass. Have a wonderful day, and happy TuBishvat.